Hey everyone, welcome to October 4th. It's Tuesday. I'm honored as always to be a part of your week. I hope it is such a beautiful day where you are. Minneapolis is just incredibly beautiful. We have sunshine and it's like 80 degrees. It's crazy, yummy weather for us. So I hope you're experiencing something similar. I want to send out a big happy 17th birthday to Cassandra in Colorado Springs. Your big sister, who is overseas right now, really just wanted to do something special for you for your 17th birthday. So she asked that I send a big happy birthday to you. I hope that your birthday week is going so well and that your day is everything that you want it to be. And it's a big deal turning 17. It's I hope you're enjoying it. I hope you're really having a fun week. So I have a question this week from Wendy. How do you keep work balance with life? Do you have consistent times for work or a certain place that it stays, or is your approach more fluid? Oh gosh, Wendy, that's a really great question. It's something that I'm continually working with is how to balance work and life, and how to and for me, being a songwriter, so much of my work is my life, so it's talking about my life, thinking about my life, trying to express, what it is to be human, what it is to be in relationships. How do you capture a moment in your life that in a way that is meaningful for someone else? Or how do you, how do you work through something difficult, or, express a joy, It's really all about life. And so for me, I always have an eye out for the next song or the next lyric idea, or how do I keep my eyes open, so to speak, while still being really completely present with my partner, my baby, and my family and my friends. And then also putting time aside in my schedule so that I can actually sit down and work on some of those ideas that come up. So, for me, it's been huge the last few months. I've been writing songs for a lot of years and in a small corner of my apartment, and it's worked. I definitely have been able to make it work in between everything else. Now I'm finding a lot of excitement, and I'll keep you posted, on having an actual space, an actual creative studio where I can come and work on music, and I know when I step into this door that's what I'm doing, is I'm working on music, and to set up a specific time for myself, and every week I have creative times that I set up for myself, and I come here and I work on music here. And so that's been a really amazing thing for me, in part also because I really love, my process is a little bit messy, and so I have lyrics from all over. I have lyrics from last week, I have lyrics from yesterday, I have, creative exercises that I've done that may or may not apply, but I love to have hanging around. I love, I very rarely can well, I shouldn't say that. Sometimes I can write with a blank page in front of me because, it's like I'm thinking about what's happening in this moment, and the blank page is an opportunity for me to express this moment. But generally I love to have lots of lyrics around, lots of words around, as well as a blank page to kind of pull the ideas from all over and kind of assemble them and see if there's something there. And so being able to leave that as it is, messy, has been a really amazing gift, and also to have a place to go to set up in my schedule, that I'm going to spend 2 hours here working on a song, or I'm going to spend 3 or 4 hours here working on a song, or half an hour. Sometimes I'll take, pack up my lyrics and bring them home and work after Ruby goes to bed. But that's also, it's, I do have, it's like the timer, allowing myself, a certain amount of time every week where I'm sitting down no matter how I feel, whether I feel happy about it or excited about it or just kind of like tired and I don't really want to do it, but just like if I have a set times in my schedule where I'm being creative, I find that I tend to, I always create something in that time, and it's really interesting how it doesn't always necessarily, align with how I feel. Like if, so sometimes I'm creative when I'm tired. I sit down to be creative and really good ideas come about from that space when I didn't necessarily think in the past. You know, a long time ago, I used to write in a way that was only when the muse called, you know, so it would be more random, more like, you know, when I felt the need to write a song. And now I'm realizing I can always write a song, and it's really just a matter of sitting down and giving myself the space and the time to do it. And so in that way, I think the brain is really amazing. You know, I think we're always kind of working on stuff, even if I think it's the left part of the brain that's the analytical side. Even if the left part doesn't really necessarily know what's happening, doesn't really think that there's anything happening, I think the right hemisphere, the right part of the brain is really always, you know, just creatively, you know, chewing on stuff. So if you, I think, give your mind, you know, some ideas, then those ideas will start getting developed, you know, and so that's kind of been my approach. So in that way, it's a little bit more fluid because I'm always open to ideas happening, even when I'm hanging out, maybe especially when I'm hanging out with my daughter, or when I'm hanging out with my partner, or when I'm hanging out with my friends, when I'm traveling in the car, driving somewhere, or you know, when I'm in a busy airport. You know, I'm kind of always overhearing a conversation. You know, I'm always on the lookout for ideas that might apply, you know, to whatever I'm working on, or a new idea. So, but having specific times really helps. So I hope that answers your question. I mean, a balance, you know, it's how to strike a balance. You know, for me, it's always changing. My schedule's always changing. I mean, I'm touring sometimes more than others. You know, so sometimes my touring creative work life looks different because touring is a part of my job. So, like, you know, that sometimes when I'm touring, I'm writing a little less, you know, a lot less, I should say. And, you know, when I'm home, I'm able to write a lot more. But still, I'm still doing something. I'm still writing. I'm still creating. Because I find that the more I write, the more I write. So, you know, I'm always encouraging myself to write, even if I only have 20 minutes. That's been my big thing, my big note to self lately too. You know, now that I have the space, I want to write everywhere, and then bring it all here. But anyway, I hope that answers your question, Wendy. Today's request is from Wax. And I'm excited to show you a little bit of the country. I recorded this in Oregon, and maybe I won't say anything more because I'll just show it to you. Here we go.
Hey everybody, welcome to Oregon. I was just driving from Sisters back to Portland and saw this really beautiful spot, and thought I'd stop and show it to y'all. There's a little, you can see maybe, it doesn't really show up as well in the video, but there's a little itty bitty mountain that's really quite big over my shoulder. So anyway, this is Tigers Above, Tigers Below for y'all. Once in a while we sit down to talk, and I get lost in my thoughts, and I can't see through all of what's there. I just want out, I want out of here, and I feel like I am midnight, far from the sun, and I have to be quiet. There are tigers above me. I can be strong and tender just like the ocean. There are tigers below me. Once in a while, all is right in the world. I fit in my skin, I don't feel unsure, and I can breathe easy, my steps are light. I don't feel trapped, and my chest isn't tight, and I don't know how I can feel this way. I wish I could keep it, I wanted to stay. I can be fearless, and I can be brave, meeting myself in the fire. Tiger, and I am the prey. flowing like the tide. I will be here along for the ride, and I can see beauty in all the change. Just like the weather, we feel joy and pain. I wanna find grace in all that I've done. There are tigers above me. I wanna be free like life's just begun. There are tigers below me. I can be strong and tender just like the ocean. There are tigers above me. I can feel all the love when my heart is open. There are tigers above me. There are tigers below me. Have such a great week, y'all. See you next Tuesday.